All right. Welcome, guys. And we're just going to wait a few moments, man, to allow some of you guys to get in here and allow me to share the stream with a few people. You're seeing things a little bit different today. The intro didn't play. The reason being, guys, is my external hard drive is in my MacBook where I took my notes. But guess what? The MacBook is over at the father-in-law's house, over at Leonard's house. So something told me, to bring the computer. My wife asked me, she said, oh, you don't need the computer to do the show? I was like, nah, I don't need this one. But I forgot my external hard drive is connected to that. So that's why, that's why you guys didn't see the normal intro. So give me a few moments, guys. I'm just doing a couple of the things that I normally would do while the intro was playing. So bear with me for just a moment. But how did you guys feel about that win overall? Everybody feeling good, right? How y'all feeling about the win? Good stuff, right? And I see Tony's already in here, so I don't have to send Tony the link. But let me make sure I send it to Leonard and a couple other people alike. Give me just a moment, guys. Like I said, bear with me. You know that I didn't do the intro today, so you guys gonna see me doing my pre-podcast stuff that you normally don't see. So give me just a second. But how's everybody feeling, man? I know you guys got to be feeling good about that win, and we got some things that we're definitely going to talk about here today. Definitely. So give me a quick second here, guys, and we'll get underway. All right, let me pull up my notations. Let me do that. And let me also pull up the statistics of the day. Yeah, let me share out the stream as well. But I know you guys don't mind, man. Y'all bear with me. That's why I love you guys, man. Love y'all to death, man. All right. Well, we're going to get right into it, man, because I want to open it up for some phone calls, man. If you guys want to call in, I know a lot of you guys have asked, how do you do it? I use Skype. I have Skype up. So all I need you guys to do, if you're already a contact of mine on Skype, just send a chat to Skype. I'm going to be checking it periodically and say, hey, I want to come on for a moment. We'll give all the callers, 2 minutes or so to say, say your quick piece. And then there you have it. If you are not currently following me on or you're not a contact on Skype, just send me a Skype message. SimFBallCritic is just like the name of the channel here. Shoot me a contact request. I will accept it and bring you on. And like I said, we're going to try to limit the phone calls to about 2 minutes or so we can keep it moving. But almost ready, guys. Almost ready. Let me get to the statistics for today's games, and then we'll get started. So I appreciate you guys bearing with me once again. All right, so here we are, guys. Let's keep it rolling. We're going to do a roll call really quick. What up to the Hawk? What up to my brother Tony? Nays, what's up? What's up to Jordan Mid, Eli Coolin, Jesse Williams, Lee Sharp, Champagne Poppy? What's up, man? We spoke on Twitter. He said those refs suck. I see a couple of you guys are saying that. Shout outs to Kobe Branham, King Guru Lee, Stealer Cards, Adam Worthy, excuse me. Let's see who else. Did I miss anybody? Ali, what's up? I see Duran wants to come on. I'll bring you on in a moment, Duran. Definitely, again, I want to get to the phone calls, give you guys about 2-3 minutes to do your thing. We'll run through it like that. What up to Brandon Drummond? And who else is in here? My boy Kenyon is in the building. W.Y. Diggy's in the building. Lee Sharp is in the building. Joe, Masu, Louis Davella, Bolivar Ware, Michael Garman, and we'll end it right there. All right, so let's roll. Let's get into it. So, here's how I'm going to start doing these shows, guys, because, again, y'all hear me say this all the time. I take a ton of notes. I wish I could show them to you, man. I'm going to try to show it to you guys, and the camera is probably not going to come up. Let me see if y'all can see it. Nah, y'all can't really see it because of that white light. My whole notes page is full of notes, and I actually took notes on the MacBook today, which syncs to my phone. But it'll take me entirely too long to go through each drive and talk about that. So what I did is I put some key points here. We'll hit the key points. I'll give a quick synopsis on what I feel about the team. Bring on the callers. Check the chat. And we out of here. Because you guys know it's Sunday. I want to not only get to dinner, but I also want to check out some Rams Saints. We got some good ball games today. I'm definitely going to watch Rodgers versus Brady tonight. So let's have at it. So right now we're at about 5 minutes. I've been babbling too much. Let's jump into it. So key note number 1. Pittsburgh Steelers' time of possession was unreal. I don't have the statistics, right? I mean, the actual time of possession in front of me, but that was a key point of today's game, especially the opening drive in the second half. We get the ball back, and let's talk about that a little bit. Man, what a drive. Guys, we went 75 yards on 15 plays to start the half, and if I'm not mistaken, we ended that drive with points. That's ridiculous. That's how you do it. That is exactly how you actually. I did document that particular drive, so let's talk about it. So I said, okay, 75 yards, 15 plays. Steelers struggled a little bit on the opening drive after the halftime, but they produced a long drive and finished with points. That's what I said. Ben finds AB on a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive moving. It was a beautiful drive. Ben sneaks it in for a touchdown, and of course Boswell misses the extra point, which is another one of my key notes that was way down in the, in the bottom. But come on, Boswell, man, listen. The Wizard of Boz is becoming the guy that we're on the edge of our seats now, and I don't like that. I don't like that. He's missed what, 4 extra points now, and 3 field goals, or was it 4 field goals? I don't know. All I know is he's missed entirely too much, and he's not automatic anymore. We got to keep an eye on that. I don't know what is happening as far as his struggles, but he did hit a field goal or 2 in the game, if I'm not mistaken. They're just trying to do the math. I don't all the way remember, but I think he did produce a couple field goals in the game, so he did that. But you cannot miss those extra points. Another key. Let's give a round of applause to Joshua Dobbs, shall we? Wow. Wow. Guys, my heart was pumping through my chest when Ben Roethlisberger went down. And for you guys that didn't see it, I'm going to read the way I took the notes, okay? Ben Roethlisberger gets the wind knocked out of him, but we didn't know that at first. He went down hard on his shoulder, was tackled from behind after scrambling. I thought he did a good job to scramble to get some yards. Gets hit from behind, all the weight falls on him, and it looks like, to me, I turned and looked at Leonard. I said, yo, that to me looks like shoulder separation, perhaps a collarbone. I hope it's not. Then me and Leonard started talking during the commercial break. If, in fact, Ben Roethlisberger can't come back in, we don't have a pure passer as a backup. Joshua Dobbs is the backup. Mason Rudolph is not only a rookie, but he's inactive, right? So I'm thinking, how are we going to be able to manage this? Are we going to run the football now if Dobbs has to come, if he has to come in? If Ben is out for any extensive amount of time, is it going to be Dobbs? Is it going to be Rudolph? All of this stuff is going through my mind. And then I heard the commentator say, he could have very well just got the wind knocked out of him. You're right. So we got lucky, okay? Roethlisberger gets the wind knocked out of him. But the reason why we're giving Josh Dobbs a round of applause, and I might even give him a game ball, Dobbs comes in, and Randy Fichtner, let's give him a round of applause really quick. Wow. Okay, so Randy Fichtner and Joshua Dobbs made me put my foot in my mouth. I'm thinking we're backed up. Let's not forget we had 2 offensive penalties on that drive. We were backed up pretty much on our own goal line. Okay, it's 2nd and 10. And what do a 2nd and 20, excuse me. And what do? They run a play action fake with Joshua Dobbs coming off of the bench cold, and he finds Juju Smith-Schuster for 22 yards down the field. Wow. What I loved about that is the fact that we stayed aggressive in that moment, and we showed confidence and faith in Dobbs to go play action, throw it downfield, even though, he pretty much had his eyes on Juju the whole time, put the ball where it needed to be, threw it low, okay? Beautiful stuff. Because at that moment, that was good coaching, because I'm sure the Ravens are thinking, oh, they're just going to hand it off. They're going to be scared to throw the ball downfield. We got him down in distance. It's a backup quarterback. Great time to call that play, and it worked out for us. Hats off to Joshua Dobbs and Randy Fichtner for making the call. All right, so here's the other thing. Another key possession here, man. Ben Roethlisberger almost throws a pick on the 2nd drive. I think that was in the 2nd half, or it might have been the 1st half. But y'all remember when he kind of forced it to Jesse James almost threw an interception. And Ben did that a couple times in this game. Ben still scares me sometimes where I looked at Leonard and I say, man, Ben has to, it's not like he's going to change now after all of the years he's been in the league. But Ben, to me, has to sometimes live for the next play. Live for the next down. Okay? Don't force it all the time. If it ain't there, get rid of it. Get rid of it, because when you force it, which that's the way he plays, you're going to almost throw an interception. And how many times did he put us in situations where the Ravens almost got their hands on the ball? You can't play around with NFL defenses, particularly the Ravens defense, who come into the league, come into this week as the #1 overall defense. You can't play no games like that. So we had a little luck on that side as well, because Ben was definitely trying to turn that ball over. Okay? Also, I didn't write this down. Actually, I did write it down. It's further down, but we'll hit it right now. Juju. Oh my God. The drop. Oh Lord, Juju. Now listen, listen guys, it happens. It's the NFL. We've seen the best receivers drop balls. We've seen AB drop balls. But oh my God, that was a key moment. It was 2nd and 7, right before the end of the end of the half, and Juju drops a wide open. I mean, he was already running before the ball was even secure, which is probably the reason why he dropped it. Plenty of room. We may very well get points on that drive. Probably a field goal, perhaps a touchdown. So that cost us some points. And I was like, man, I hope that doesn't come back to haunt us. Luckily, it didn't. But come on, Juju, man. We need you to be sure-handed, which he pretty much is. You know, he's had a couple drops this year, but, guys, he's still producing out of his mind, you know, leading the team in receptions, which is interesting. Juju probably has more yards and more catches right now than Antonio Brown, but Antonio Brown's touchdowns are up. And let's talk about that. You know, AB just being AB, you know, give him the ball and he makes a play, makes 2 guys miss and gets a touchdown. Gotta love that type of effort from Antonio Brown. What's the next thing I want to talk about here? Ben Roethlisberger being on the same page with James Conner, man. Do y'all remember the play? And I wrote it down here where Conner basically changed his route to keep the first down going before getting the touchdown reception. Remember where, you know, I don't know if y'all remember the play, but it was right before we scored again, and Conner was on his left. Ben scrambles to the left, scrambles back to the right, kind of gives him an eye, a quick eye. Conner runs a slant. Ben hits him to keep the drive going. I love the chemistry that these two are developing. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not comparing the 2 running backs, but the way Roethlisberger and Conner are on the same page with these dump-offs, I'm loving it. Reminds you of how it was with Le'Veon Bell. We're getting the same production in that area. And then the touchdown pass to Conner. Great call again by Randy Fichtner, because, again, if anybody knows me, and especially Leonard sitting there watching the game with me, and Tony when we have the opportunity to watch the game together, I'm always afraid that Ben is going to force something. So when we were down there about to score, I was like, please don't force anything. Don't throw the ball in the middle. Don't look for AB. Perfect call by Fichtner, bringing Conner across the formation, give him a quick pass, and let your man beat the other guy to the end zone. He did. Touchdown. So let's give a quick round of applause again to Randy Fichtner. I think Fichtner called a great game offensively. It was times where I thought we would go conservative. We really didn't go that conservative in the moments that I thought we would. We stayed aggressive, and that's something that I loved today out of our Pittsburgh Steelers offensively. They went aggressive. Okay, now let's talk about a few things, man, on defense, and we'll get out of here. Man. Oh, hold on. There's another thing I wanted to talk about. It was something else I documented here. I said the Steelers go 3 and out after the Ravens scored. Yeah, I got to say this really quick. I didn't like this one particular drive. It was right after the Ravens had scored, right? And we went 3 and out, and both Jalen Samuels and James Washington was featured on that drive. You know, they hand off the ball to Jalen Samuels. He gets a couple yards. Threw it to Jesse James, which as soon as he gets touched, he gets tackled, right? And then it was that other moment where, you know, it was like a back shoulder throw to James Washington, and James Washington has to come out of his break faster. Him and Ben not really on the same page on that. But that's my point. At that key time, that was a key moment in the game. Why was both Conner and, you know, Connor not in the game, first of all, and why was Washington the go-to guy in that situation? Now, some people might challenge that and say, well, you do what they're not expecting. Yes, but I just didn't like that the two rookies were featured heavily on a key possession like that. Didn't like that. You know, I'm not going to say it was bad coaching. I just did not like that. Didn't like that at all. And speaking of coaching really quick, just to throw another quick caveat in there, we always talk about our coaches and time management. I don't know what John Harbaugh and them was doing with those timeouts late in the game. There's no way I'm letting the clock click all the way down to, the 2-minute warning before I start using timeouts. To me, that's crazy. You got to use that 2-minute warning as an additional timeout. You call your timeouts a little earlier. And again, that's just my philosophy. But I feel like if you do that, you force the Steelers to probably run the football. And more than likely, we might pass it, but you generally force the team to run the football. You burn the timeout here, burn the timeout there. Boom, you still got the 2-minute warning that acts as a third timeout, and you got one in your pocket. Because you probably get the ball back. You would think, theoretically, you get the ball back before having to call that last timeout in front of the 2-minute warning. Run the punt. 2-minute warning happens after your first play call, and then you still have the timeout in your pocket. I thought that was bad clock management, but I'm glad they did it. Now, defensively, really quick, guys, I don't have a whole lot to say, man, because I want to get to you guys' calls, and then I want to get up out of here. We're already at 16 minutes. We're doing good on time. Couple things that stood out to me was we applied pressure early and often, and I love it. Bud Dupree was making some plays out there in terms of pressure. Even got a holding call on him. Bud was looking good again today as far as applying pressure. Stephon Tuitt getting a big sack at the end of the game, which pretty much ended the game. That was beautiful to see from Stephon Tuitt. So we got 2 sacks in the game. I forgot who got that other sack earlier in the game, man. I can't remember, but we got another sack early in the game. Can't remember who got it, man. Let me see if I can see it on the stats. But we got sacks at times when we needed a sack. You know, in that last minute right there, when we sacked him, that pretty much killed the game. Killed the game right there. So it was good to see that. Let me see who got that sack, guys. Give me a second. It was Stephon Tuitt and who else? Bud Dupree and Vince Williams. That's who it was, because they're giving both of them a half sack. So it was good to see that. A lot of pressure. Didn't blitz as much. We did blitz a little. And again, that's why you don't blitz all the time, guys. You notice there was a few times when we blitzed, we were able to get beat down the middle of the field. That still scares me. I got to pick on Morgan Burnett a little bit. Morgan Burnett did not have the best game today. He gave up 2 deep shots down the middle of the field when he was singled up against the tight end. It is what it is. And also Terrell Edmonds, man. I think Terrell Edmonds had a up and down game. You know, he got called for PI, which, yeah, I say it was a PI, you know, because he got there a little early. But then he had a nice pass breakup later in the game. You know, so Terrell Edmonds, I think, is starting to come into the fold. You know, again, guys, he's a rookie. So, you know, stop beating the guy up so much. I see a lot of people out there saying he's the worst player. I do not believe that by any stretch. He's a rookie. He's learning, and I think he's doing a good job so far. Think about it. It's easy. We can say that Morgan Burnett had the worst plays of the day today. Okay? It wasn't Terrell Edmonds. Cody Sensabaugh gets called for a PI, and I think some of those calls were iffy. I couldn't complain about him too much after the replays played out, but I think the refs were a little crazy out there today. It was some calls I didn't agree with. John Bostic was making some steady tackles. I noticed that. Big Dan McCullers was getting pressure at times, you know, pushing guys back in Flacco's face. And also, let's talk about, again, the guy who I feel like is the best defensive back that we have, and his name would be Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton had a game once again. Once again, he had a game, guys. You know, a nice pass breakup in the end zone at 5'9", going up against a 6'5" tight end. And Hilton was making some key tackles on third down. I love that kid. You know, I'm almost glad that, you know, it sucks that we had to go through so many years, but I'm almost glad that he was the one that panned out instead of Sinclair's ghost. And ain't that funny? Playing in the same defensive backfield in college, one guy gets drafted, the other guy's an undrafted guy, and this guy's playing lights out. Love it. Outside of that, guys, I just think that our defense overall played great. Let me see. We only allowed Where are the yards here? The Baltimore Ravens total yards 268. That's not bad at all. Okay? We only allowed 61 rushing yards. We did a good job containing Lamar Jackson for the most part. Steelers once again rushed for 113 yards. And James Conner again, another 100-yard game, 24 carries, 100 yards, 4.5 per. Gotta love it. Okay, this dude is balling. How many plus 20-yard runs is he gonna have? Outperforming Le'Veon Bell in that regard. Let's see who else did pretty well. Roethlisberger, 28 for 47. I don't like that percentage, but he didn't throw any interceptions, luckily. Only 270 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know, modest game. And, you know, it is what it is. It's the Baltimore Ravens. And as far as receiving, Juju Smith-Schuster, once again, 7 receptions, 78 yards. James Conner, 7 receptions, 56 yards and a touchdown. Antonio Brown, only 42 yards, but a touchdown, 5 catches. And Jesse James. Boy, was you scared when Ben... Let's talk about that really, really quick, guys. Then I'm going to get the callers on here. Or y'all scared when y'all saw Jesse bobble that ball? Boy, man, I would have wanted to kill Jesse James if he would have dropped that. Good concentration. And it's funny, man, and when I look at, you know, how we pick on some of our corners, how in the world did Brandon Carr get beat on a double move by a tight end? And not only a tight end, Jesse James. Wow. Wow. So there you have it, man. I think the team did relatively good today. Of course, I got to go through the film, and we'll have more to say on Tuesday. But overall, man, I can't be happier, you know, with the performance. We're in the driver's seat right now. You know, I didn't imagine that we would get all 3 division games. Right now, we're in the driver's seat. And let's face it, we're going to lose a couple more games, guys. It's the NFL. I see the Steelers could possibly lose maybe 3 more games, but I think that might be enough to get us in the playoffs, to get the division. Thursday could be a tough game. I mean, it's a quick turnaround against the Carolina Panthers. We'll see. But I'm just happy that we've definitely established ourselves in the division. So we're pretty much in the driver's seat right now. And at 4-5, the Ravens, it's not a good way to go into the bye week. And, you know, we'll see what Cincinnati does next week. But overall, I'm proud of the team, and they did a great performance. And, of course, guys, I don't have my headphones plugged in. So y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to disappear here for a moment as I get up. And I'm going to walk over here and get the headphones, guys, and we'll be back and we'll take a call. Get the headphones. And first up, we'll bring on Deron Smith. Again, guys, let's be modest at the time, man. I want to hold everybody to about a 2 to 3 minute limit. My only advice is don't make me cut you off. But, you know, it's Sunday, man. I got to get back to the family. All right, I got the headphones in. There's my ugly mug again. And let's go ahead and get Deron up in here. So I got Jesse that wants to come on, and I got Deron. So Deron, you up first. Jesse, I'm going to bring you in right after that. So let's give you a call. As we dance to the music. Deron,
Yo.
What's up, brother?
Oh, nothing much. You stole some of my key points. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was sitting there doing some key points too.
Yeah, man.
This whole ref, man. Bud Dupree could have had about 4 sacks this game that they didn't. They just was not calling. There was one where they was. I can't remember which drive it was, but they was backed up almost close to their own end zone, and the defensive tackle wrapped his whole arm around his head and then slammed him to the ground. They didn't call it.
Yeah, they missed some holes out there. Yeah, they definitely saw a few that they missed.
And then just to let you know, the time of possession was 36 minutes and 29 seconds for the Steelers.
Good Lord.
But I gotta say, if they, because if it was a couple of those drops and stuff like that, that could have been at least 42 minutes. If you look back at all the plays and everything, that could have been 42 minutes we could have had the ball. But yeah, other than that, you know, good all around gameplay. Seen some blown coverages that we lucked up on.
Yeah.
Sean Davis is doing better, but he bit on that inside route, and then also that I want to say it was right before the half, or it could have been right after, when they were Baltimore was lined up. It was 3rd and goal, and he had a running back. There was nobody watching the running back. If he would have tossed that ball out to the running back, he had a clear path into the end zone.
Was it that play? I'm glad you said that, because I think it was this one. Was it the one when Lamar Jackson was wide open? Was it that play? Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. And Flacco won't even looking at him. See, and that's the crazy thing, man. Like, I know we all sit on the couch and be like, oh, why didn't you? Flacco won't even looking that way. The man was wide open. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, we got some holes that we need to fill, but at the same time, you know, everything's looking decent to me right now. Offensive line is getting better and better every week. James Conner just sealed Le'Veon Bell's fate. Pittsburgh's not even going to try to put the tag on him again next year, because I don't see him coming back this year at all.
Yeah, you got a good point, man. I was thinking that. You know, they kept saying, you know, everybody is saying that, well, he's going to show because he doesn't want them to tag him again. I don't know, man. Because here's the problem, man. I'll say this really quick before you go. Here's the issue. If you're Bell, you don't know if the Steelers are going to utilize you enough for another team to still feel like you got the goods, to where you're worth $17 million a year. I mean, of course, Le'Veon Bell is a bad boy. But, again, I said this last week. If I'm a GM, I'm looking at your own team, and I see a guy on your team that probably ain't even, I mean, he's making nowhere close to what you're making. And this dude is outperforming you technically in, you know, the explosive plays. And the Steelers, the points and the yards, it hasn't taken a hit. So why do I feel like I need to pay you that much when your own team didn't suffer? So I don't know, man. I don't want to wish ill will against him, but I really think the man has messed his money up, man.
Yeah, and I mean, and not only that, there's been some commentators and stuff that, you know, some GMs will be looking like, well, James Conner is doing this good, you know, with how the team's doing. And he's not as good as Le'Veon Bell. So, what would have happened if Le'Veon Bell would have been in there? Because if I'm correct, if I'm wrong, somebody in the comments, please tell me I'm wrong. I think James Conner almost got 1,000 yards already.
Yeah, I think he's close. What, 400 or 500 yard games? Yeah, man, yeah, you make a good point, man. But I got to get on to the next caller, man. So you got any final words before you go, brother?
Here we go, Steelers.
Pretty much. All right, man. Well, you know, I definitely appreciate you calling in, man. And if you want to come on Tuesday, you know, you're more than welcome. Again, I want to extend the invitation to more of you guys as I just closed Skype out all the way by mistake. So, Jesse, here I come, man. I'm about to get you on. Give me a second. But yeah, I extend the invitation, man. I'll get you guys on for a couple minutes. And hey, I would love this to be mostly a call-in show. That would be great. You know, I give my quick thoughts, make me go fast to get y'all in. I would love that. But here we go to the next caller. Jesse, about to give you a call right now.
What's up, Sim?
What's going on, man? And before you say anything, I gotta shout out your avatar there with Juju standing over perfect. I love it. Oh man, love that. Yeah, what you got for us, man? How you feel about today's performance?
I think we played pretty decent. Going into the game, I thought for the most part, the key to the game was getting some pressure on Joe Flacco. I feel we did that for the most part.
Yeah.
Cannot give him time to throw to Brown and all Crabtree and all them other guys. But also I had two big scares in this game, Sim. Two big scares. One Lamar Jackson wide open in the end zone that Joe Flacco just didn't see him.
Wow.
That's 7 points right there. 6 points, possibly 7 points.
I mean, nobody even looked his way. That was the biggest concern to me. It was nobody close to him. Like, they didn't even know he was on the field.
Yeah, that was a scare for me. I'm like, oh, this will put him right back in it. And also Big Ben, man. I thought that was a collarbone. I honestly thought that was a collarbone, Sam.
Yo, I looked at Leonard.
Get up for a minute. I said the season over with.
Man, me too. Leonard would tell you, man. I looked at him, I said, our season's over. And he kept me calm. He was like, most of the time, Leonard is the one that's more, but he was like, nah, he might not be hurt. He might be all right. I said, man, that to me looked like a collarbone or a shoulder separation. One of the two.
All that weight put down on that side. All that weight put down on that side. And I agree with you. What was kind of doing out the game with Washington on the outside, and Samuels in the game also running on a key. That was a key drive right there. That was a drive to either take the game or let them right back in it.
Yeah, man. I didn't understand that. I was mad at Fietner right there. I said, listen, man. Because that was, I don't remember the exact drive. I know I got it written down somewhere, but that was a key moment to keep the ball.
With the division on the line against the Ravens. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is one of those do-or-die games where it could change the complexion of the season if it go the other way. Why you got them two? I understand you want to give them play time. You want to, switch it up a little bit. Even though I gotta give Fietner some credit this game right here. I gotta give him some credit. I like a lot of them crossing routes that he was, dialing up. The other guys getting picked off. Juju wide open, kind of for the touchdown. I was liking them crossing routes. Coming across the field. I was liking them.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad. See, that's why I love when you guys call, man. It reminds me of stuff. I wanted to talk about that. You know how we always get on our own coaching staff. What in the world? Like, why was their defensive coordinator running the same blitz over and over in that situation, and Ben either throws a slant to the left, slant to the right every time? I mean, we was something crazy like 8 for 11 on third down. Something might have been better than that. I don't get it.
I was asking myself the same thing, Sim, but I was happy.
All right, love it. Thank you very much.
Keep sending it. But that also brings me back. I'm gonna get off in a minute because I know there's other callers probably want to call. But that brings me back to the fact of I like Ben taking that sack too. I like Ben taking that and not forcing the AB like he known to do.
That was smart. Yeah. Keep that clock running.
Keep that clock running. If he would have threw it there, that would have been another discussion. Why he threw it there. I like that he just took the sack right there.
Yeah, definitely. He was about to, though, because you seen him and here's the funny thing. We might be giving him too much credit, because I don't know if he really took it. Looked like he was about to let that ball go.
It's possible. I'm happy he took the sack, though. It looked like he's a gunslinger, old gunslinger, make every throw.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so what do you think, real quick, man? Last question. Right now, if you had to guess, do you think the Steelers run away with the division, or are you concerned with the upcoming opponents like the Breezes of the world, the Brady's, even Cam and them next Thursday? You think we good right now? Do we look like we can put a lid on things, or is it a couple teams that still scare you a little bit?
A couple teams still scare me. I think it's 50-50. I be trying to be optimistic because we be leaving a lot of plays still out there on the field. And
Yeah.
against teams like New England, New Orleans, even Carolina with that good defense next week. It's going to be rough, man. And Cincinnati's still right there. You know, they record ain't too bad where they can sneak back up in it. Too early to tell, in my opinion.
Absolutely, man. Well, before you go, man, did you have any last statements?
Nah, just that I'm just happy we won. I think it's a good win. You know what I mean? It's a good win. I like the time of possession. That was good.
Yeah, man, we did some solid things, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you coming on, man. And, you know, I allowed Jesse and Deron to have a little more time, man, because you guys seem like y'all don't want to call, man. It's all good, but we'll play it by ear. So if we start getting into where we have a lot of calls, that's when we'll limit everybody to about 2 minutes. But if it's only 2 calls like it was today, I'll let you guys, you know, talk a little bit longer. Happy for you guys. You know, appreciate y'all calling. I love to hear you guys. And you remind me of stuff. Just, well, why do I still have these headphones on? But just like I just saw in the chat, I want to comment on a couple things before I start, you know, reading some of you guys' comments. Kenyon said, the day that I have him and Tony, Leonard, and Debbie, and me all on is when he'll be back. I want that. So, Leonard, you know, we're going to have to get you set up. I can definitely show you how to do that, get a little Skype account or whatever, and get you on here. And Debbie, I know Debbie says she's going to try to get an account at some point, and Tony as well. So, yeah, I would definitely want to do that, man, and have every now and then, guys, and I'm going to put that out there. We can have like a panel discussion, you know, after the show. We'll get a few of you on. We all be on at the same time and talk it up like that. I think that'll be something a little different to present. You know, just so it's not always the same thing. So I'm cool with that. And Tony and Kenyon reminded me as well. Let's talk about Switzer. Switzer did some things out there, man. Got a couple key first downs, but also that return. There was a return that he returned up to the 40, and I believe we scored on that drive or got a field goal or whatever. I think it was a touchdown drive. But Switzer has definitely been a spark plug for us, man, on the return game. And picking up the little, you know, he's our Cole Beasley. He might not give you the big play, but he could keep the chains moving. And I won't call him Edelman because Edelman, you know, Brady uses Edelman more than we use Switzer. But some good things today. So everybody has some pretty decent contributions. Offensive line did pretty well against the Ravens. So gotta, you know, enjoy that. And we limited the penalties a little bit. I know we got a couple defensive penalties on us, but, you know, we didn't have as well. No, I'm lying because we did get a couple holdings. So let's say, guys, we got to clean that up. We got to clean up some of the penalties, man. You know, I don't like us being the #1 penalized team in the league. That's not a good thing. All right, so I'll sit here for a moment, guys, and read a couple comments. We're at about 38 minutes right now, so 4 or 5 more minutes or so, if that, and we'll be out of here. Jason Durden says Sean Davis is balling. He looks like a veteran already. You're right. Sean Davis, let's be honest. Sean Davis is playing better free safety play than we've seen from Mike Mitchell. What I'm loving from Sean Davis is he's tackling the catch for the most part. He's there. You know, even when it's been times where they're getting something down the field, Sean Davis generally makes the tackle. And he's right there. That's something we didn't always say about Mike Mitchell. And I'm happy for him having a decent game. You know, he's from the Maryland area. He's from PG County. You know, he went to the University of Maryland. So it was cool for him to be able to play in front of his family. I heard that he tried to get like 11 extra tickets. So that's always dope, man, when you can have sort of a homecoming, get the win, and play relatively well. Happy for him right there. Let's see. Tony says Randy Fichtner was coaching. Yes, he was. He was definitely coaching. Did a great job today for the most part. It was only a couple times, man, when I didn't really like, 1 or 2 times. But for the most part, Randy was out there coaching. Let's see. Mark Price says, I feel confident in the backup QB. Good play. I don't know if I can say I feel confident. Because, I don't know. But, again, I got to give my hat off to both Fichtner and Dobbs on that play. That was risky, and the moment wasn't too big for him. I mean, cold as ice, play action where you thinking the Ravens are probably thinking, oh, they're going to run the football. There's no way they're going to come in and let this kid throw the ball backed up where they were. That was a key moment. So if I'm the coach, I'm giving him a game ball. That was a pivotal moment in the game right there. Caleb Long says, has anyone noticed how much better Ben looks moving in the pocket? I think it's a testament to his weight loss. I saw this especially on that throw down the middle to Connor. He has extended the play. Yeah, man, I forgot to mention some of that too. Ben extended the play quite a few times, man, and you're right. He looks more nimble. If you know, if that's the best adjective to use there. He looks way more nimble in the pocket, even his scrambling. Think about it. In years past, like the last 3 or 4 years, we didn't see Ben running out the pocket like that to try to get the first down. I mean, Ben is actually taking off and running. You know what I'm saying? A couple games ago, we've seen him run for 10 yards, 10, 11 yards getting first downs. And you're right. I think it's definitely weight loss. You know, even his diet, I know he's changed a little bit. He definitely seems a little, you know, he looks more like the old Ben instead of the older version of Ben. So I'm loving that. Kenya said, oh, it ain't even close, Sam. Mike Mitchell, who? Yeah, you right, bruh. You right. W.Y. Diggy says, I also like the fact that we didn't look sluggish to start the game. Great point. I know they didn't score on the first drive, but they moved the ball on the first drive and scored on the second. Great point, man. I remember I was at that time, I think Tony might have been away from the TV at that moment. I texted him that. I said, man, both teams got points on the second drive, but, you know, the Steelers were up 7-3, and you're right. We didn't really start off sluggish. You know, we had a couple things happen on that first drive, but we moved the ball, and that was key, and then we came right back and scored on the second drive. So that's encouraging because the first quarter hasn't been nice to us so far in the season. Kenya says, yeah, Tony, he needs to secure the rock first, then look to punish defenders. Yeah, man. What do y'all talk about? Y'all talk about Juju? Let me see if I can find the comment. Tony said, we have to talk about Vance. Vance, he is always trying to punish folks, almost had to fumble. Yeah, you're right. Vance, and you know, because I guess he's living to that personality now. He want to run through somebody every time. You're absolutely right. Almost cost us there. And it's crazy, man, how on the field, I don't know if they used the wrong words, but you heard the ref say interception. What? It was crazy, man. If they wouldn't have overturned that, I would have went stupid. Oh man, guys, y'all always hear me talk about my cousin Floyd. There he is right there, man. So I'm going to read to you what he said to me. I told y'all we call each other Floyd, and y'all don't need to know why. That goes way, way, way back. But I'm glad he's here. He said, what up, Floyd? How about putting Bell in the slot, winning if he comes back? I can't see taking Connor out and nobody else taking control of that third wide receiver spot. Excellent point, Floyd. Excellent. Because this is the thing. I think we talked about it when we saw each other not too long ago. How you going to defend that? The way Connor's producing out of the backfield and you putting Le'Veon like in this slot, you don't know where the ball is coming from. You still, where it's going. You still got an opportunity to throw a screen to Connor or a swing pass, and Bell could be a decoy. Or you get in a situation where a linebacker gets lined up against Bell. It could get real ugly out there. I would love it. The only thing that just scares me, though, I just hope that they don't try to feature Bell. And it's crazy that we even saying that. I just hope they don't mess with the chemistry. Connor is balling, and you can tell Connor is getting stronger every game. You can see it. You know, those of us who play ball, we can see that. We can identify the dude is getting stronger and more confident every time he touches the ball, and every week he's in the game. So, and make sure you guys say a what's up to Floyd, man, because y'all hear me reference him all the time, man. So make sure y'all welcome him, and yeah, definitely take care of that. Outside of that, man, I ain't really got nothing else to say, man. We have 44 minutes right now, so it's probably time for me to go ahead and shut it down so I can go over here and have some dinner. But anyway, don't forget, hit the like button, man. If you like what you saw, please support and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man, if you're new, so you know when the videos are available. Definitely don't want to miss out on that. And cut on your notifications, man, so again, you do know when the videos are rolling, whether it's a live stream or a pre-recorded production. Outside of that, man, we'll come back on Tuesday. Y'all know the routine. On Tuesday, we'll talk a little more about what happened in this game after I have some time to look at the footage. I'll show some of the all-22 footage in the video, and then we'll look ahead, early turnaround, quick turnaround to the Panthers. I might as well say this now in case you guys missed Tuesday. I'll repeat it on Tuesday. It's tough for me on Thursday night. Y'all know I travel into D.C. Y'all know it's a crazy commute, but I work from home 4 days a week. One day I have to report into the office. Happens to be Friday. I don't think we're gonna be able to do a a post-game show Thursday night. Cause that's gonna be way too much for me. Bad enough I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. to start the commute. So what we'll probably do, man, is we probably just won't have a post game. If maybe I'll do it the following day, you know, maybe Friday night or Saturday, early Saturday, something like that. But yeah, don't expect it to be Thursday night. What I might do, I'm thinking about this, because I do another podcast on Thursdays from 8 to 10. What I might do is hop on after that podcast and just stream right there, and we'll just be watching the game together. We'll do like a live check-in. So I'll be looking at the TV and talking to you guys at the same time. Maybe we'll do that. So y'all let me know if y'all want that to happen, because that might work. Maybe we'll do something like that, but we'll see. But outside of that, man, got to get up out of here. Appreciate all of you guys that came through. Appreciate you guys saying what's up to Floyd. And yeah, here we go, Steelers. Another victory. We sitting pretty, man. 5-2-1. And let's all watch them Patriots lose tonight with Aaron Rodgers. I would love that. But all right, man, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, man. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Hope you guys enjoy some more football. Enjoy this win and come back on Tuesday and we'll break it down a little further. But outside of that, be safe. See you guys on Tuesday. And appreciate you guys tuning in to the Terrible Towel post-game show. Peace.